Have you ever noticed how water seems to taste so much better in the middle of the night? Or how some days you feel completely exhausted for no clear reason at all? And what about that strangely empty feeling after you've spent hours just scrolling on your phone even though you haven't moved a muscle? It turns out none of these feelings are random. They're actually very specific signals from your brain. It's reacting to silence, overstimulation, and information overload in ways we rarely ever stop to think about. Let's break down what's really going on, because once you understand it, you'll see your own experiences in a completely new light. First, let's talk about that magical nighttime water. Why does a simple sip feel so incredibly refreshing in the dark? The secret isn't in the water. It's in your brain. Throughout the day, your senses are bombarded with noise, light, and 1,000 other distractions. Your brain is constantly filtering this sensory input. But at night, when everything goes quiet and dark, that sensory noise drops dramatically. The distractions fade away. As a result, your taste receptors, which were competing for your brain's attention all day, suddenly get the spotlight. They become more sensitive. At the same time, a subtle process of dehydration has been happening all day. Your body has been quietly losing fluids, and by night, its craving for water is more intense. The calm and quiet of the nighttime also reduces stress hormones like cortisol. This allows your brain to fully register and appreciate simple, pure sensations, like the coolness and taste of water. It turns an ordinary, mundane act into something deeply satisfying and restorative. It's a perfect example of how your brain, when given the space, can find profound pleasure in the simplest things. Now, let's move on to that mysterious, bone-deep tiredness that sometimes hits you out of nowhere. You haven't run a marathon or done a heavy workout, yet you feel completely drained. This isn't a sign that your body is broken. It's often a case of hidden mental fatigue. We tend to think of exhaustion in physical terms, but our brains use up a massive amount of energy. Think about your day. You're making constant decisions, from what to wear to how to respond to a tricky email. You're regulating your emotions, staying calm in traffic, or managing a difficult conversation. And you're processing a relentless stream of information from your phone, your work, and the world around you. All of this mental activity drains your energy reserves just as surely as physical exertion. But it does so without you moving a single muscle. On top of that, if your sleep cycles are off, or if you're dealing with chronic stress, your nervous system can get stuck in a low-level state of alert. Your brain recognizes this cumulative drain. It sees you're heading for burnout, so what does it do? It pulls the emergency brake. It creates that heavy, overwhelming feeling of tiredness to force you to stop, to rest, and to recover before you completely run out of fuel. That fatigue isn't your enemy. It's your brain's built-in protection system. So if your brain is so desperate for rest, why does trying to relax by scrolling on your phone often leave you feeling even worse? You'd think zoning out would be a break, but it often leaves you feeling hollow and empty. This is because your brain is being stimulated without being fulfilled. Social media feeds, news articles, and short videos are designed to be an infinite stream of content. Each new post, each little notification, triggers a small release of dopamine in your brain. It's a tiny hit of reward. But these bursts are shallow and they fade almost instantly. This process trains your brain to crave more and more stimulation, but it never leads to a feeling of genuine satisfaction. It's like eating junk food when you're starving. It gives you a quick rush, but no real nourishment. While you're scrolling, another subtle process is happening: constant comparison. You're seeing curated highlight reels of other people's lives, which can silently chip away at your own sense of self-worth. But perhaps the most unsettling part for your brain is the lack of completion. A book has an ending. A movie has a resolution. A conversation comes to a close. But an infinite scroll never ends. There's no point where your brain gets to say, okay, that's done. This lack of closure leaves your nervous system in an open-ended, unsettled state. That hollow, disconnected feeling you get after a long scrolling session? That's your brain telling you it's been running on an empty loop, getting stimulated without any meaning or purpose. When you start to connect these three experiences, the deliciousness of nighttime water, the sudden onset of fatigue, and the emptiness of endless scrolling, a clear pattern emerges. Your brain isn't just randomly chasing pleasure or creating problems. It's desperately trying to find balance. Water tastes better at night because your senses finally have the quiet space to truly experience something simple and pure. That overwhelming tiredness appears because your brain is actively protecting you from mental and emotional overload. And scrolling feels so empty because endless stimulation without any real meaning completely exhausts your brain's reward system. Once you truly grasp this, it changes everything. You can stop blaming yourself for feeling strange, unmotivated, or disconnected. It's not a personal failing. Your brain isn't broken. It's communicating with you. It's sending you warnings. It's asking for quiet. It's asking for depth. It's asking for real, genuine rest, not just distraction. It's asking for you to be present in your own life. The moment you start listening to these signals, truly listening, instead of just trying to numb them or push through them, something amazing happens. You start to honor your need for rest. You begin to seek out moments of quiet. You find joy in simple, tangible experiences. And slowly but surely, ordinary moments in your life begin to feel full and meaningful again. Because that's what your brain was trying to tell you all along. Thanks so much for watching. If this resonated with you, let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more content that helps you understand yourself a little better. See you in the next one.